Hello, Steve Mills back with my podcast. It's great to be back again, sharing some more great ideas with you. At least I believe they are. I always think they are anyway, and they're ideas I've learnt from great people. A very good friend of mine, Jim, often says to me, have you ever had an original marketing idea in your life, Steve? And I say very proudly, no. I've learnt all this stuff from the leading experts in the world. In fact, I've spent over 25 years and literally tens of thousands of pounds of my own money. I've spent, I dread to think how many hours, but it must be in excess of 20,000 hours learning from the world's leading expert or experts in marketing. And I then pass that on to other people. And that's one of the things that makes me different, I think. I think it makes me different from all the other marketing people that I meet. I talk to them and ask them, do you know, how much have you learnt from such and such a person or from this person or that person? And they say, who's that? They don't even know who the leading people in their industry are. And that's not obviously everybody, but it is sadly quite often. But anyway, I want to get on to the big idea around today's podcast. And today's podcast, big idea, is the big idea. It's what's your big idea? And what I mean by that is what is the idea that you've got or could have that would set you apart from your competition. So what is the idea that could grab attention, that presents a promise in maybe a new or possibly an unusual way to your market? What is that? What is it that makes you different? We all know in today's world, everyone is already, really offering everything and every promise under the sun. We've, heard it all so many times. So the question is, what is there that could make you stand out? For most marketers, it's just about shouting louder, and, I love the old saying that he who wishes down he can sell will not make those shiny dollars like those who climb a tree and holler. So really what that means for me is we've got to shout, but B, we've got to shout about the right thing. And this is a three-step process that I've got for you to think about in terms of how you can come up with your idea. So number one, first thing you need to think about is the desire. What is the desire that your target market have got? What is the problem that they've got right now? For me, for example, it could be they've got a problem of lack of leads. That is definitely a problem that my market suffer with, and 80% of my market disappear every 5 years. And that's because they go bust, and that's often because of lack of leads. The next thing is a promise. So what is the promise that you could make? Once you've defined their problem, what is the promise that you could make that solves that promise? What is the promise that you could make that solves that promise? So you might want to think about that. Again, for me, is I can promise that my Results Accelerator program will take you from start up to 100,000 or from 100,000 up to seven figures to 1 million within 9 months. Now, can I absolutely 100% guarantee that? The answer is no, because it depends on you, depends on how much time, money and effort you put in. But what I can 100% promise is that if you put effort into it, you'll create significant growth. So that's the promise. So step 3 is method. What's the method that you use in order to fulfill the promise? So what is it you're going to actually try to achieve? And that, again, is really, really important. So what are you going to try to do in order to move that business forward? What is your big idea? What is the 3 criteria? The desire, the promise you're going to make to fulfill people's desire, and the method behind that, what you're going to actually do to fulfill your promise. And it's as simple as that 3-step process. I hope that's of value to you. If it is, use it. And if you want to know any more from me, then just go to www.stevemills.co. Thank you very much for listening.